Hey all, this is the second of the streams I did where the audio commentary just didn't take. So therefore, that was like 3.5 hours of streaming just pretty much down the can. And isn't that frickin' hilarious? There was a part of me that thought about just going back through and recording audio over them and then re-uploading the streams. But then my big brain logic told myself, well, for that exact same amount of time, you could just record a brand new set of streams. So I didn't, but I was very, very tempted on this one. Very tempted because of how much effort I put into recording the whole frickin' X Command mission. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, by the way, were you following around? There was a fake Bodos and a real Bodos, and I found the real one. And then we were at the boss. The frickety frackin' boss, which... I'm gonna be honest, I think in the stream, there's like 5 bosses I take down. None of them were as difficult as the one I had to do last stream, frickin' Bodos. Bodos was the frickin' worst. He could heal. The flying lady that no one can hit because she's frickin' floating off the ground? No problem at all. But the rotund man that can't even walk himself, he has jetpacks. He was the one that was the big frickin' pain in the ass. I don't get it, I hate it. Here we go, we beat her up. Yeah, let's just see, how many turns did it actually take me to take down Farum? Farum, the waifu of the game, I guess. At least X-Dive seems to think so. And then this happens where she very, very dramatically falls. And I sarcastically replied like, oh no, not her, she was a bad guy. And then they reminded me of why we actually needed to take her in. Because she had the key to the frickin' warhead. But hey, it's fine. Bodos rips it out of her, so he can get the Super Force medal. And here he is, in the very, very awkward, like, how is there a wire, a cable going into it, if it closes in on itself? I don't know. But he's pleased as punched with himself. And then this happens, which is why I needed to record this scene, because it's the wah. Could it really? It's the big shocking turn of events, and then we get to here. This was a very awkward part of the game because it involved me being on the 3rd floor, running down to the 2nd floor, then running back up to the 3rd floor. So yeah, I mean, it was just the way the game was paced. It would have been awkward to just slam all those cutscenes together, but hey, it needed to be done, I guess. And then next chapter starts me with immediately fighting this guy, which it was fun, because he's right off you go out of the base and you go right to the Airbus and you go and fight him, and the conductor even warns you, they're like, hey, you're gonna have to fight immediately when you get to the other side. Which is nice that they didn't just drop me in and it's like, you're ready, right? No. A chance to clear my loadout, that's great. But yeah, he was an odd boss because, like, if you hit him with a physical attack, he would start countering physical attacks. If you hit him with a shot attack, he would do the opposite. So you needed to change who was attacking and who was just kind of waiting their turn to attack. You couldn't just go 2 attacks one right after another. And as luck would have it, I had 2 strikers and 1 shot guys, so that got really awkward, staggering those attacks. And then I went to the penultimate level where there were no random encounters, or at least not until the very end of the stage, right? But no, instead you get a hallway full of locked doors, and there's security beams. You step into the security beam, you fight a battle. You clear all the beams, the doors unlock, but you only have so long to get through the doors. So it was a whole thing. It was a whole situation. It wasn't bad. It wasn't the worst stage. When some of the doors closed really, really quickly, that's when it got annoying. And hey, there was enough chances for me to sneak back to base that I was able to do the deployment center here. Because I was desperately waiting for the Melda ore plant to give me the frickin' key. The key that I did not get until after the stream ended, because that would let me do the secret bosses that I've been waiting for. Like, pretty much the whole stream, it was just a waiting game to get that one item that they would so cruelly not grant me. But hey, like I said, I did get it in between, so next stream, I should be able to hammer that out and get some of the most extreme powered up form. What do they call it? Hyper modes in the game. X's Ultimate Armor, which is pretty much a weapons platform, and Absolute Zero, which it's interesting. You'll probably see it next clip show. But it's really cool. It's really cool. But then no, you just go back to this whole stage was pretty much Prions. And like various forms of Prions too. Early into the base, I was fighting stuff that I had fought like Chapter 2. And end of the stage, they were sending some actual hard stuff at me. But yeah, no, it was... I kind of want to say this was one of the more straightforward levels, but at the same time, after Vanilla Desert, whatever that place was called, anything's gonna seem straightforward by comparison. Just, you know, It's like if you got tortured for like 24 hours and then somebody comes up and punches you in the gut once you get out of it. It's like that gut punch is gonna feel like paradise. I don't know, is that an insensitive comparison? Maybe. But yeah, no, here's where it got crazy. I had to fight 3 bosses in a row, I don't know. Had to fight Scarface again. He worked the same way, but he was a lot weaker, and at that point I was stronger anyway, because I'd leveled up a few times. So it was kind of a gimme. But then, oh my. Then I had to fight the big man in the back. And the big man in the back, one, he's positioned as like the main villain of this game anyway. So you would almost think that he would be the final boss, but no, they got surprises. They got one more chapter for me after this. And yeah, he has like 2 forms. The first form, it's pretty basic. The second form, he heals every turn until you do enough damage for him to break his healing effect. And he also has a move that doesn't kill you, but will drop you down to 1 HP. No matter what, you know, HP you're at. So that was a good way to waste not only turns healing up, but also my sub-tanks. It was always frustrating when he used that move, but like at this point I have so many sub-tanks, it actually didn't matter much. Oh, and I healed Scarface on the first turn just while he was at full, to make sure that that's what that would do if I used an electric attack. I'm not stupid. It was planned. I thought it out. I'm very smart, I'm very clever. But yeah, no, Epsilon. I think I've criticized this game several times for this, right? But they keep on trying to position like Epsilon and his army as not necessarily being the bad guys, but being somebody with just different ideals. So it's like, oh, they're not evil. There's his down to 1 attack. They're not evil, they just have a different set of values than you. Who's really the bad guy in this? And it's one of those, you spend the entire game fighting his guys, and like the first one's like, I'm gonna blow up a tower that might also kill some civilians in the process. I might, you know. And then the second one's like, I'm killing POWs. The third one, he kidnaps a child to make her into a soldier for their side. X, just shoot him. But yeah, no, like even Ferrum, she's like sadistic, and in her level, they're trying to say that Superforce Metal is a way to evolve Reploids, right? Evolve Reploids and make them more than what they are, but they're using it as a weapon, so it's like, yeah, this could be used for good. We're just not, so it's really hard to sympathize with the rebellion. But they're gonna do one last push, I think, in the final chapter. Also, Reddips waits until Epsilon blows up, and then he shows up to claim the spoils of war, because that's really freaking cool. He could have been there a few minutes early. I think he's supposed to actually be a pretty tough guy. He could have helped out, but no. He comes in at the last second to steal my thunder, to steal my glory, to steal my Super Force Medal. Can you freaking believe that? And then, of course, just to cap things off, I checked the deployment center. I was even willing to go an extra like half hour or so just to get the extra hyper modes, but nope, still a disappointment. Still a disappointment. Ay, ay, ay. Well, anyway, that was the highlights clips, kind of, with commentary added in post. Not nearly as fun or exciting as in real time, but hey, I wanted to do something for the damn episode. So, thanks if you sat through this. The next one will have actual frickin' regular audio in it, and have a lovely evening.